officially back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, subscribers and viewers, we are back. I am Kat. This is my adorable buckets. With me is Leon and Luna.
Hi.
We're back. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. Since we're at the end of July, we don't want to miss out. And we don't want you to miss out. We're going a little nuts tonight. So we're celebrating Yuletide, Christmas in July. Even though we're at the end of it, we are counting down to Christmas. Happy Christmas in July, guys.
Merry Christmas in July.
So we got a couple of questions. Let's get it started. Number one, who's guilty of this? Have you ever regifted a gift?
Does it have to be me that's done this, or is it
anyone?
Oh, my father is famous for doing this shit. Okay, so here's the thing. My dad, if he didn't know what to get me, he would get me Ferrero Rochers. Turns out,
God, my family does that too. What?
Yeah, turns out, if you don't say what you want for Christmas, then my dad would just buy chocolates because he just didn't know what to get. Which is, fair enough. But what's not fair enough, right, is basically my father giving me these wonderful chocolates, and he would always get me like a big, like 100 Ferrero Rocher chocolates, right, and put it in this beautiful wrapping paper and saying "Merry Christmas, Phil." And then at the end of me seeing my father, because I came from a divorced family, my father would say, "Phil, look at those chocolates that you've got. Do you need those chocolates, or do you want those chocolates?" And I would fall for it every time, because I went to a Catholic school and I was taught the difference between needing and wanting. And I said, well, I don't technically need it to survive, but I do want it. But you don't need it, right, Phil? This isn't something that you need. And I said, no, it's not something I need. It's just something I want. But it's just something, I don't need it. It's just chocolates, Dad. And he goes, oh, well, if you don't need it, I'll just keep it here for someone else. So he would re-gift my presents every year. And this happened for like 15 years until I got sick of it. And I just said, Dad, I don't just want this. I need this. I need this. And then he goes, oh, well, if you need it, then I better give them to you. You already give them to me. That's why it's a present addressed to me. So yes, my father is notorious for regifting.
So your father would buy you chocolate and then take that chocolate off you and give it to somebody else after he'd already given it to you as a gift.
That's right. The only thing I got out of it was the card.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. So, Lisa, have you ever regifted a gift?
Me, one.
Lisa.
Oh, so you want
Oh, sorry. You can go on. You can go on, Leon. I'll go after.
Apologies for that. One time I got my sister-in-law a NutriBullet because, they're always looking for new appliances and stuff like that. I always have a knack for finding stuff that they need or they want. So I got them one and they didn't use it. So when Christmas came around, I found where it was and re-gifted it and did it again. Woohoo! Got away with one there.
There you go.
Lisa, have you ever regifted a gift?
Honestly, no. I feel like all the gifts that I've ever gotten, like when I was younger, you're not going to re-gift a gift. You're so young. Now that I've gotten older, I get so few gifts and they're all tailored to me. Like someone buys me an art easel or something, I'm like, I can't re-gift that. Do you know what I mean? But I guess in saying that, I guess if I got a gift that I really didn't like and I knew someone else would like it that was having an upcoming birthday, I would re-gift it to them, yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I have never re-gifted a gift. Every gift I've received has meant something to me and I've kept it. And I don't think I've ever re-gifted a gift. So that counts me out.
There is one more story I'd like to tell about my brother. And mate, if you're listening, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. So basically what my brother did. Do you remember the Walkmans that came out in the 90s? You remember them?
Yep,
Not
yep.
the CD Walkmans.
Yeah, the Walkman.
Like the ones where it has a
Cassette, yeah.
cassette. All right. So basically what my brother did was he actually nicked my mum's Walkman, and my mum couldn't find it for 3 months, basically. And she was going basically and saying, "Has anyone seen my Walkman? I haven't seen it for ages. Is it misplaced somewhere? It's on the couch or whatever." And I didn't know where it was, and all my brothers were like, "Yeah, we don't know where it is. Did you leave it in the park or something?" I said, "No, I just don't know where it is." Christmas Day, my brother had it in wrapping paper, gave it back to her, and said, "It's got brand new batteries, Mum. Merry Christmas."
All right. Adding on to that story just quickly then, my brother did something very similar to me, where for 3 years straight on my birthday, he would come to me at night and I was so excited. My older brother, he's bringing me a present. Oh my God, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I unwrapped my own used shoes for 3 years straight. Okay. A horrible day. I got regifted my own shoes.
Get pranked.
Next question. What would your elf name be, and what would you be doing at the North Pole?
You want to start with me or someone else?
I think I'll start. I think mine would be Elf Cheeky. I think
Mm.
I would be. I think I would
You'd be
running.
running for office, I feel.
No, I think I would be quite the little.
Elf.
No, I think I'd be quite the cute little adorable baker, making cookies and hot chocolates and muffins and cupcakes and decorating and singing and dancing and decorating the tree. So I'd be the little decorator, I think, decorator baker. What would you do?
Oh, I'd definitely be a DJ elf for sure. I'd be the elf that plays the Christmas music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to try and get the elves to work harder, like little slaves.
Dictator elf.
You could say jolly forever. You know,
Put a
Christmas-
smile on your dial and make those presents now.
I would be an elf DJ. I don't think I'd be good at building presents, but I'd be definitely good at basically getting them to work.
What about you, Lisa? What?
Okay, all right. Let's get into this. So, I've had a few minutes to think about this. I'm pretty sure my name's going to have something to do with the nighttime or like the moon, the stars, some celestial elf or lunar elf or something like that. And I'm pretty sure my job's going to be to lead the rebellion against Santa with unfair labor laws. Okay. I can already see it happening. I can see the nighttime. We're going to have a few drinks. Someone's going to party. Someone's going to slip up and say something. I'm going to get angry. I'm then going to lead a task force and we're going to overthrow the North Pole.
I feel like this is against me being the slave.
Or I'm going to form some sort of midnight drunken choir that sings to the moon.
What about you, Leon? What would your elf name be, and what would you do at the North Pole?
I'd probably be IKEA elf, basically, because any item that we have to get from IKEA, I'd be the one assembling it all and then making sure it's on the boards to get to whoever it is I need to get to, because I'm actually good at assembling stuff. I don't know how, but I am.
Assembly elf.
Okay.
Assembly elf. Yeah, you're right. There you go.
Third question. Name a Christmas Scrooge moment you had. I think I'm going to feel this one. So, I think 2017, I was on my Facebook looking at Santa's Facebook posts, and pressing like and love on it and commenting. And then randomly out of the blue, it had 2 names of girls who apparently misbehaved, and my name appeared in bold and in capital, and it said, "Christina, I know what you've done." I'm like going, "Oh, what did I do now?" No, it can't be me, can't be me. There's a million Christinas in the world. Surely it's not me. And then he goes, you, and then he said to me, he put my last name, and I'm going, holy, what? I'm like, no, what did I do? I'm next to Blake. And he's like, did you say something rude to your mom? You back chat. I go, oh God, no, he knew. How in the world did he know that? And he goes,
Your mum got to.
and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, okay, how do I rectify this, and how do I get away from this? Because I hate being on the naughty list. I've never ever been on the naughty list. And he's like, you need to go apologize to your mom now. You need to not say naughty words and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. And I went up to my mom and I apologized. And then I'm like, I'm gonna behave. Christmas Eve is coming up. I'm gonna behave. And that was the most frightening moment in my life, where I'm like seeing my name on the naughty list, because you get a lot of Christines on the naughty list, but mine's Christina, so I can get away with it. But that was the most upsetting moment.
They say girls whose name ends in A are the most crazy. So,
but Santa,
not me. That's not me at all.
Santa, Mrs. Claus, the elves, if you watch this in the North Pole, I believe. And thank you, because last Christmas Day of 22, yeah, Christmas Day.
2022.
Yeah. Was it Christmas? Yeah.
Last
Christmas Day.
Christmas was 2022.
Last Christmas was 2022. Yes.
Yeah. So Christmas Eve, I made some cookies, and I baked them myself, and I cut them out, and I, cooked them whatnot. Put some in a plate, left it out with a half glass of milk. Philip wakes up and he goes to loud. He's like, "Get up, wake up!" And I'm freaking out, thinking something's happened. And he's like, "Check this out." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, Philip, you ate that."
We actually put Glad wrap over a plate, right? And I'm thinking, okay, it's Glad wrap. We're gonna leave it over the night. We're gonna basically, it's just for the fun of it, kind of thing. And we were gonna take pictures of it and send it on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
For a bit of fun of it. And we noticed something a little bit special.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Glad wrap was off,
and the cookie wasn't even.
and one of the cookies was gone.
No, there was 6 of them gone, and half of one remained. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. So that was quite interesting. And we're just like, this is weird. This one over here, she was basically twirling around like she was on acid or something like that. We were just like, okay, well, who basically moves the Glad wrap? I just like to
And
know.
I'm like, Santa, let me tell you a story. Before we lived in this house, and the house before that one, we went out Christmas Eve, because we were living together. We went out Christmas Eve to a friend's party, or a friend's house. We came back, and our flatmate Brian wasn't home at the time. And we came home, and I kid you not, I left sugarless cookies from Aldi, the chocolate ones, my faves,
outside
on the counter with a glass of milk.
it wasn't really for anyone.
No, but I left it out thinking, wishful thinking. Came home, this big, this wide, black, sticky, made of soot.
Yeah, all the way through our house.
All the way through our house. It went from the lounge to the tree, behind the tree, out near the glass door, back in to where the cookies and milk are.
And also half the milk was gone as well.
Yeah, half the milk was gone as well.
And I had to clean it all up, mind you.
And then I went upstairs. I remember yelling out for Brian, and I was yelling, Brian, are you home? And then knocking on his bedroom door, and there was no one there.
He wasn't home.
He wasn't home.
Neither was anyone else for that matter.
Yeah.
No one else was home. And we were like, did someone just enter our house, or the wrong house accidentally? Because all the houses look exactly the same.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, he's watching. Tell me, have you ever had a Christmas Scrooge moment, Lisa?
So, I believe I have.
Do tell.
I'm just gonna say like a Scrooge moment. It's like a selfish moment. Yeah, we're gonna say that. We'll sum it up as that. So my Scrooge moment was when we were younger. There's 5 like cousins between all of us. Yeah, there was me, my brother. There was 7, sorry, but sometimes we'd spend Christmas with one family, another family. In this one family, there was all 5 of us. So there was me, my brother, my girl cousin, and my 2 older boy cousins. The boys would always get the same thing. The girls would always get the same thing. Do you believe that any of us knew this? Of course we didn't. Of course our parents were hiding this from us so that we wouldn't fight, but they never told us we were getting the same things. We would just assume that Santa was bringing us the both the same, the pink stereo. But the very first time it happened, I went over to my cousin's house that morning because we were going to exchange presents and whatever. And I walk into her room. I was so mad at her. I went downstairs and I said to my mum, I said, she stole my stereo from my room. Did you know this? And I was so angry at my whole family for letting this happen. How dare they? And then my mum obviously couldn't say what was going on in front of everyone. So she had to sit me down later on that night and tell me, like, no, you just both got the same gift from Santa. But yeah, that was my moment. I was so sure my little 7-year-old cousin had come to my house when I'd just gotten the radio that morning, and she'd come in my room and she stole my room and she stole my radio. Okay. And it also happened with a bike. We got the same bike, and I was so sure she stole my bike. I told everyone at school that my cousin steals my bike. I'm sure of it. But yeah, that's my Scrooge moment.
What about you, Leon? Have you had a Scrooge?
I don't really have a Scrooge moment, but I do have a story, right? So this lump here on my head, you're always wondering why that's there. It happened on a Christmas day one time when I was a kid with my brother at Epping. And we would run around the backyard or the front yard of my nan's place, and we hit head on, full blast. My brother ended up with a lump. I ended up with a lump, and then ended up with stitches on Christmas Day. So ended up getting 4 stitches. So that's the story of this lump right here. So now you all know.
Okay.
It came because of that incident at Christmas time. So
I do have a Scrooge story to tell. So I don't know if you did this in primary school, but we had something called Kris Kringle.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
had that. Yeah.
Secret Santa.
Yeah, it's like secret. Well,
It's Secret Santa.
You get a name taken out of a hat and you buy a gift for that person, pretty much.
That's right. So I knew this guy called Christian Fideli, right? And this is during a time when everyone was into basketball, particularly American basketball. And so I went to this school called St. Charles, and most people were into basketball except him. He was into soccer. He was Italian. He was a big bloke. And basically, me being the kind of guy that was like, okay, this guy's Italian. What are Italians like? They love soccer. But I couldn't really afford a soccer ball because back then soccer balls were like $200, and that's a lot of money when you're like, when you're in, year 6 kind of thing. And I was saving like $1 a day to try and get in this soccer ball. And then a friend of mine just said, look, why don't we just get all the money you've saved and we'll just use the rest on candy and just buy him a magazine. But the thing is, it wasn't a soccer magazine that I got him. It was a basketball magazine that I got him, knowing full well that he hates basketball.
roll.
Naughty.
Look, it's the thought that counts. You tried to save the money. You then saw the candy and the magazine, and you thought, look, why not?
So I wrapped it up, and then me being the sort of anxious guy that I wasn't that year, I kind of opened it a little bit because I was kind of guilty about what I did, and I was kind of anxious that he would hate it. And I opened up a little bit, but then everyone else in the classroom looked at it as well, going, why would anyone get Christian Fideli something to do with basketball? So anyway, Christian Fideli's opened up his present. He's reading the present and he's going, this is shit. Who the fuck would get me this? And I'm just like looking at him and go, yeah, who the hell would get you that, mate? I mean,
It's a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
I got my present by this really nice girl, got me a nice present, gave me chocolates and everything else. And I just basically stared at him in silence for the whole day. It was probably the most excruciating thing I've done in my life. And I never told him that I got him that present. So Christian,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry that I didn't get you something that was not only not Italian, but
Was basketball.
wasn't soccer related.
Speaking of
So-
Chris Kringle, Christian, don't have to worry about that because in grade 6, I was the only person who got forgotten for Chris Kringle, even though I had to buy someone a present. I got nothing. And then when it came down to it, my teacher said, "Oh, well,
Oh man, that's a
That's-
sad story. Ah.
at least you got a basketball magazine, okay? Someone thought about you. You be grateful, Christian."
So, next question. And I know you're going to mention my gift that I gave you. What was the best present you ever received? Go.
Probably you.
Aww. Besides me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. The best present that I ever received.
Thirsty.
Um,
Thirsty.
Basketball. Candy's in a basketball magazine.
no,
Die Hard movie.
there was something I don't think I got that during Christmas. I got that during my birthday because my birthday's in December. I did get like there was a couple of presents I got from Kat. So I got a R2D2 toaster that was
Valentine's.
that was Valentine's Day. I got the other one that was really good. Let's see.
Mandalorian toaster.
Oh yeah, I got one of those, but that's not the best one. That was probably top 10. Probably the best one I got was when my dad actually bought me a Super Nintendo. That was probably the best one that I got.
Oh man.
That would have been such an exciting day.
I just got shamed. What's the best present you ever got, Lisa?
All right. So it's a toss-up between PlayStation 1 when it first came out. Me and my brothers. It wasn't actually a gift, but we put our Christmas money in together and we split it. And I was obviously gullible me because I didn't get to play it equally, did I? I just get to sit there and watch him. But it was still a great day. But hands down, I think the best present that we ever got, and this one baffled my brain the way that my parents did it somehow, magical beings. We got a whole trampoline that wasn't there the day before. So we woke up Christmas morning and there was a whole trampoline in our backyard with a big bow on it. And me and my brother, it was the best. You don't understand how good that day was. Like, my parents had managed to keep it hidden in the garage for months. A whole trampoline, guys. How do we not see this? How would I not notice a trampoline? But we played on it like all day, all evening, the next day, and then for years after that. Obviously, it was a really great treasured memory for outside.
What about you, Leon? What was the best
I
present you
think the
ever-
best present I think I've got might have been maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, where I'd actually got a piano keyboard. It's a legit thing. It's a legit one which I keep now in the hallway because I do play it from time to time. But now that I've got two nieces, they come up and they'll play it too. So it's just such a great little story that. But yeah, I got a piano keyboard, obviously, because I have experience playing music. Obviously, piano / keyboard / that thing back there, guitar. I've got experience in music, so it's great that I can play a guitar, I can play a keyboard, and I can also just sit down and just watch my nieces just play the piano as well, which is great.
There's one present I actually got that's kind of similar to Leonard's, which is I got a tricycle from my mum and dad when they were still married. And I actually remember because we had this downstairs area which had like a bathroom, toilet, bed kind of thing. And my brothers used to hang out there during the 80s. And it was really interesting because I couldn't understand why my mum was continuously giving me more work than usual. And so she kept saying, "Oh, Phil, can you put this in the bin for me?" And I'm really like, "Okay, fine. Can you clear the tables, Phil? okay. Can you like peg out the wash, Phil? And I'm like, okay. It's Christmas time. Do you mind like going up the going up the road to fix your shoes? And I'm like, it's Christmas time, Mum. Are you kidding? I can't do that. Turns out that they're actually trying to keep me away from the one room downstairs because that's where they were hiding the tricycle. And they did it.
And I bet you that thing was an MOFO to set up, okay? Because my parents told me about the trampoline and they had the most struggle in the world. And my mum swore to me that she would never struggle again.
Love,
Ever again.
love
Ever.
trampoline. Trampoline.
The trampoline. On a side note, about 12 years later, we bought a barbecue that was at least 15 times harder to put together than that trampoline. I guarantee you, because we all had a big fight. We didn't talk for 2 weeks.
Phil and I know what it's like to try and put together a barbecue.
Oh, don't.
We did.
I have the worst trigger memories from it. Getting yelled at. Oh my God.
Okay, let's go through the last 2 questions. Second to last question. Which Christmas decoration goes up first? Tree.
Yeah.
Definitely the tree.
Yeah.
Goes up, or which one do we purchase first?
No, what goes up?
No, what
Okay.
goes up first?
Tree.
Oh, it's got to be the tree.
Yeah, I'm going with tree too. Yeah. When you first bring out the decorations, like you don't go to put the wreath up or the baubles on the roof yet. You know, you go first, you set up the tree, and then you get out all the colorful things and then put them around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be tree for sure.
Yeah, definitely the tree goes first, and then everything else afterwards.
Yeah. Also, I think
We're in agreement, guys.
tree, then you have the lights, and then you have the baubles.
Yeah.
But we backwards, we have tree, baubles, then the lights. But my parents, hi mom and dad, don't get mad at me. My parents' tree. Let me tell you about my parents' tree.
Oh God, that's a nightmare.
It is the most magical, majestical Queen Elizabeth tree of all trees in the whole world, guys. I'll tell you that, okay?
Okay, so
You want to tell it?
yeah.
It's the
I love-
communion dresses of trees.
I love
Nightmare of trees.
I-
It's the nightmare of Elm Street of trees.
Shut
It's
up.
beautiful and you love it.
Yeah. So my parents' tree is an 8-foot or 8.5-foot
No,
tree.
it's massive. It's the one you get at David
Yeah, but it's
Jones.
about 8.5 feet. So what they do, instead of like us, we put it in the box, we try and squish it down and wrap it up again. What they do is they take each piece off and they'll put it in old bed sheets, right?
Mm.
And old bed sheets. I don't know if any other houses did that.
Yeah, my auntie used to do that, just cover it up and
Honest to God, I freaked out when they did this. They made room, and as soon as you walk through the door, there's a lounge, there's like a seating area. So they moved everything out of the way, they vacuumed and mopped and dust or whatever. They brought out this tree, and I swear the way mum and dad brought it in, I was like, God forbid, it looks like a body.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then
I
Dun,
thought,
dun.
like, who did you kill?
and this
just bringing
tree,
in Santa.
Is this why you don't have a chimney? Like,
I admit we did things, you and I did things faster, but their tree isn't that easy. So you get the bottom base where you open every single branch
yeah,
on
and
that
and
tree.
this isn't any.
I'm
normal-
guilty. That's my tree, and it takes hours. It's so annoying. It's so frustrating.
And then
Took us a whole
you
black
have
day.
the middle tree part. Open every branch and leaf till you get to the top bit, every branch and leaf.
My nan used to have that kind of tree. It took ages to set up, but that was so much fun as a kid.
Guys,
I
I
know.
have that tree now. It's twins.
Hey.
I
This
love
is like a
it. It's
chore.
kind of
I
like
honestly felt like charging her parents for the manual labor.
No, but honestly, I'll say this: it looks better in the long run, and those trees last for a lot of years. And
Exactly.
I know a lot of people that do that trick where they'll chuck like a rubbish bag over the top of it. They won't flatten it. They'll leave everything on it, chuck a bag over it, put it in the garage until next year.
exactly. So what they do is once everything is open and aired out, my mom has a motif. My mom doesn't put color all sorts of different colors. My mom has silver, white, and a bit of gold in it. But silver and white is her motif, right? Every silver and white bauble I will put around the tree. I'll stretch them out so it doesn't look clouded or cluttered. And then once those, no, actually I take it back. First I put 3 set of string lights on the tree, right? Plug them in. And then the baubles go on. After the baubles comes the decorations of cotton to make it look like it's snowed on it. Then they have these plastic snow things that you hang. And then you've got doves, and then you've got this, and then you've got that, and then the lights go on. And then Mum has 4 small plastic white ones that she put on the side with a red blanket, a gold blanket on the bottom. And then they'll put the nativity. The nativity is right in front of the tree. It's noticeable. And then the 4 trees next to the big tree with more white and silver baubles and lights on them. So when you come into the house or you're outside, the lights, Dad will test the lights outside. And if it's not working, instead of taking it down, Dad will add another row of lights. And Dad has a timer for everything. So at 8 o'clock, it'll go on. And at 1 a.m., it'll switch off. And our house is the only house in the cul-de-sac that's so lit up, that's so pretty, that's extravagant. You know, like not like the ones in Cumberland Highway, but like it is gorgeous. And inside you can see how massive the tree is. I've taken, I think, photos and videos of my parents' tree. I think it took about 6, maybe 7 hours to put together that tree. But to me, it's home.
It's a
It
freaking
is a truly beautiful tree, guys. I won't lie.
It is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but it takes not 1, but 3 days to make.
Yeah.
3 days, and that's too much time for any tree. We could have grown a tree.
But you know what? My parents pride themselves on their Christmas tree and their lights. And then outside in the back, because we've got a big pergola, Dad will have like lights go on. And it's so beautiful. And he's got lights on the back area. So when you're driving down the back of our street, you'll see our whole house lit up.
I think that's
Right.
my favorite part about Christmas is the lights. Like they're just so mesmerizing to look at.
And
The way that everything sparkles is very beautiful.
I want to give it up to the people who begin 2 weeks at the end of November, 2 weeks prior or 3 weeks prior. And you see these houses when you go for the annual Christmas drive and you get on, they have like a truck and a Mr. Whippy.
They do so much work on those houses. I really do have to applaud them as well because they win awards. They just put in so much money and effort, and it's so lovely to see them.
And I can't thank them enough because they're like the heroes, because they're the ones who like when the Mr. Whippy comes out, you're like, you know, you're in for a good time. And there's food and
over here, we've actually got 3 awards because of our Christmas light shows that we put on every Christmas. So, yeah, people come around in absolute droves. It just blows our mind because, as you said, like some people decide to do their light shows a little late. A lot of us do it early. My brother's already out there. He's out there maybe October, maybe very early November, setting it up, making sure everything is working. And I'll be out there programming, making sure everything is working for him as well. So, and some of those light shows that go on at night around here have actually been programmed and animated by me.
which is, you know how cool that is, like props and respect.
One of the most amazing things is, sorry, I'll keep talking about this, is we have a let it snow. I think it might, no, not let it snow, let it go. The from Frozen, and there was an animation sequence. Right, and there was a couple of people decided to come around. And they saw the light show, and they saw, I can't remember the little guy. I can't remember his name.
Olaf.
Yeah, Olaf. Yeah, that's it. And they saw Olaf on the screen. And they pulled over and they were just screaming and they were just singing along, "Let It Go" and all that sort of stuff. And with the animations and stuff like that, and they were just blown away by everything that happened in that video and that light show.
You know what the question I have for all these amazing houses that get their stuff out and decorate?
What's the power bill?
No, I know the power bill. The thing on my mind always is, how intricate must it be when they remove everything and everything? Not one globe is ever out on these streets. Not one globe is replaced. Not
No,
one.
these people are seasoned decorators. I mean, there's a boulevard in Melbourne where they do it, and I spoke to one of the women once, and she said that they literally move out of their home for 2 months, just so they could, because their whole front windows, like the whole front of their house is windows, so people will stop, thousands of people will come to this one area every Christmas, and it's gotten so popular now that like they literally have to move out. But she told me that she plans so far in advance. She told me she's got like 50 trees. She's got a warehouse where she stores everything because it's so much stuff. So they do a lot of planning, and they would have to do tests and everything to check all the lights, and
When they take them down for another year, for another Christmas, when they take them down, it's the meticulous part of removing them off the fences without burning them, without burning the globes or the fuses.
Yeah,
Like how they wrap them is
it is pretty intense.
like I wonder how they do it without like how they wrap them. They must wrap them so gently and then put them in a box where it doesn't collect dust, and they've got them covered. And then
they've probably got coils where they roll it onto, and they store the coils so that nothing gets tangled, nothing. These type of people would have professional organization cabinets and storage units where they can put everything away properly. Do you know what I mean? They'd have a little box where they can put the balls in so that the glass baubles don't get damaged, stuff like that.
yeah.
100%.
Last question, and this is a good one. This will be a fun one. Do you open presents Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or Boxing Day?
Okay, so in my family, we try not to. This is my half of the family. So the Chang side of the family, we open presents on Christmas Day, but Kat's family,
I'll mention my side.
you can answer your family because your family too.
Not my family. You love my family. You get good food.
Okay.
My family, since we were little kids, our presents get opened Christmas Eve before midnight or on midnight. We used to open them at midnight because we'd go to mass, come home and open. But when we didn't go to mass, we'd still open them midnight, and we'd, go to bed. We've never opened them Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Christmas Eve. Now that we have I have three nephews, favorite Uncle Philip, we will open the presents Christmas Eve because the boys play with them and then it's off to bed. But Christmas Eve has always been in our family tradition. Open them Christmas Eve and then play with them or do whatever you want Christmas Day with them.
Can I just point this out? Boxing Day is not a holiday to box up your brother to get the presents that you really wanted. just pointing that out. Okay, it is for opening the presents. Opening.
So,
Boxing Day is for sales. For opening the presents.
Yes. Lisa, do you open your presents Christmas Eve?
100% Christmas morning, guys. Santa comes down the chimney at midnight. He puts the presents under the tree. You wake up and you go and wake your mum and dad up at 4 a.m. Okay, so everyone's up so bloody early because you're so excited because Santa brought you a new bike under the tree. It just makes sense. You wake up Christmas morning, you go downstairs. Oh my God, Santa's been. He's ate the cookies. He drank my milk. He left me 50 million presents. Let me go and wake up the whole neighborhood. And we're going to do this now.
No, I think
and not file a police report for breaking in and entering.
No, I have to.
An old man came in my home last night and left me things. I'm not going to complain.
Our tradition is Christmas Eve. What about you, Leon? Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Okay, so as per me, like when it comes to the direct family, it would be on Christmas morning. However, say if we were going to see like our nan or whatever, or sometimes we would see one of our nans and then we'd see the other one the next day. So we would do it on Christmas Day mainly for one side of the family, and then for the other side of the family, we would go on Boxing Day and just do the presents that way. That would be the way that we do it. But yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with Luna there. You know, just waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, just open the presents first and start screaming.
My tradition.
Mind you, I reckon I could, like, say if I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning on, say, Christmas Day this year, I reckon by about 6 o'clock there'd be like kids running up and down local street here. I'll let you know, okay?
Because in my house, when we go to my parents' house for Christmas Eve, all the presents get opened Christmas Eve. And that's so much fun. And
But
then
may I ask a question? Does Santa bring presents overnight as well? Like, are those presents from the parents or are those presents from Santa?
no, they're from Santa. 100%.
It's a special delivery, early delivery.
But yeah, some deliveries get delivered early, but we open our presents Christmas Eve because in my house, it is a big, fat, juicy, delicious turkey with all the trimming.
As well.
And it's my brother's birthday.
Yeah.
So Lucky Ducky gets a Christmas present and a birthday present.
I'm not lucky ducky. I'd hate to have my birthday overshadowed by Christmas. My birthday's my special day. That's mine. Even Christmas Eve. Don't you dare fall any holidays around my birthday.
You got some gold sunglasses before. I don't see that as that overshadowing.
Yeah, but does he get 2 gifts or does he get 1?
Two.
Right, it's a bit more. Usually, a few of them multiply.
Like, he should get twice as many gifts, is what I'm saying, as everyone else, because it's his birthday too.
So I'm not
But we always give our nephews a Nerf gun, but this year I've decided no more. Well, I'm just going to give them $50 each and go, here you go mad. Merry Christmas.
I'll give him the candy that was left over from the basketball game.
I think because
Give him the basketball magazine.
Reading
The receipt.
especially when you have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and an 11-year-old, it's kind of hard. I don't know what to get them. So from now on, I'm just going to say, here's $50 each.
My mum never let me used to spend my Christmas money. She'd take it from me and put it in this like snail mail bank that she had in her like cupboard that was like mine, was like a cute little snail thing. And I used to get so mad at her. I thought she was stealing my money.
Dolomite.
But 5 years later, because I was too young to spend money, 5 years later, when I was about 10 or 11, she allowed me to use that money to buy a TV. And you know what that TV was? It was a tiny little TV, the smallest thing you've ever seen, big box. It was in, just beginning of the end of the 90s. I only bought it because it said Princess on it, all right? I don't know why I bought that TV. I could have had a bigger TV. This is what I'm telling you guys. I purposely bought that small, silly TV just because it said Princess TV on it. So that was a memory.
In my family, we don't really, I don't know if this is a Chinese thing or an Asian thing, or maybe it's just a Cheng family thing, but we don't technically give money to our family. Oh no, we make you work for the money. So we'll give you maybe a scratchy or a lottery ticket or something like that, and you'll get the chance to win money, but that's not a guarantee. That's what.
I'd just rather the $2, to be honest.
You give your family lottery tickets.
Yeah, we don't actually. We'll give you the chance to win the money, but not
maybe.
So
just remember, gamble responsibly.
And then if they win, they have to give you half.
Hey.
Rules is rules. Rules is rules.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are officially back and up and running. Let us know in the comments below with the questions and give us some answers. Do you open presents Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Do you have any Scrooge moments? Do you believe in Santa? Etc. Etc. Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Let us know. We are also on Threads and Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much to Buckets, to Leon and Luna. Happy Christmas in July. Happy Yuletide, one and all. We are counting down to the big man's arrival. It is 150 something days to go now. Get ready. The man is on his way.
Can I just say one thing? Santa is literally one of two, Frosty being the other one of two people that is allowed to be fat on Christmas. Jenny Craig in Weight Watchers has no say over Santa's dietary habits.
Listen here, buddy. If I want to be jolly good and happy on Christmas, all right, and get fat, I'm going to do it. You know why? Because everything tastes better around Christmas for some reason.
does, doesn't
It
it?
actually does. It's true.
Doesn't it? Well, we'll add a bloopers reel. Who knows? Thank you so much for tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys next week when we are up and running again with another fun topic. Don't forget, holler at us. I'm Kat. As always, it's Buckets, Lisa, and Leon. Good night, Australia. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Stay safe and God bless.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!